Thank you for joining us today to learn a little bit about Nike's new strategy plan. First, I will give us a little bit of the agenda for today. I will be introducing Nike to you. The industry overview will be brought to us by Rune Tan. Chase will be doing a financial analysis. Christy will be introducing the problem statement. Joe will be introducing our new strategy. Thomas will be discussing the implementation. And Sagar will be discussing the recap and Nike moving forward. So, first of all, why Nike? Well, our group wanted to work with a cult brand. So we wanted a company that didn't just provide a product or service, we wanted a company that provided a lifestyle for its consumers, or customers. We also have quite a few workout enthusiasts in our group. So we decided that Nike really embodied both of these criteria with its iconic Just Do It campaign that's been around since 1988 and the swoosh that was actually created for just $35. Nike also has some notable famous athletes such as Michael Jordan, Serena Williams, Derek Jeter, and Maria Sharapova. So to dive into Nike's corporate strategy, they use a world product matrix in which they have geographical regions as well as product lines to divide up their business units. I will discuss this a little more on the next slide with a graphic, but they also use ethocentric staffing for these, where they take expats from the US and assign to these foreign regions. They also have a strong international presence with operations in over 120 countries currently on many of the continents around the world. So here is a little bit closer look into their corporate structure. As you can see, they have 6 geographical regions ranging from North America all the way down to their emerging markets, as well as 3 product lines: their footwear, their apparel, and their equipment. So we'll be using this to find a business unit in order to implement our strategy. Currently, there is quite a bit of competition in Nike's industry with newcomers like Under Armour and Lululemon, as well as Puma, Adidas, some wearable technologies from Fitbit, and VF Corporation. With these new competitors, especially like Under Armour and Lululemon, there's quite a bit of competition in the apparel industry. But we saw this as an opportunity. So here is a current breakdown of the revenues, and this is essentially how we decided our target business unit. So we will be targeting the Nike's North America apparel unit for 2 reasons. First, we see it as a growth opportunity, with their footwear generating about 60% of their revenues, and their apparel only generating slightly under a third. We thought there's more opportunity for growth in the apparel industry than in their other categories. As well as I mentioned, with some of those competitors joining the industry recently, we thought it would be crucial for Nike to stay innovative in this category in order to position itself strategically against its customers. And with that, I will hand it off to Rune Tan.
Alright, thanks Mike. Now we're going to talk about the industry. Nike is one of the early movers in the industry. Did their IPO in 1980, and that's what makes them the leader. And in terms of a global competition, Adidas was one of their long-term global competitor, and they also own Reebok, of course. And these new guys, we mentioned Lululemon. They are an emerging company. It's a North America competitor for Nike, and they did their IPO in 2007. And they're famous for selling $100 yoga pants, which is pretty luxury. And although they are doing well, but we think, although they have high profit margin, but it's kind of a risky company. Their stock has too much volatility. And also we look at Fitbit, their North America kind of competition with Nike. And they only did their recent IPO in 2015, so it's pretty new company. They're still growing, and they're doing a lot of wearable companies. And going forward, we're talking about the industry. So ROIC is return on invested capital, and I'm sure Chase will touch that later. But what this chart shows is that the US average ROIC of the industry is about 14.9, and we're looking at apparel now, so we can find men's and boy clothing at 19.5. So another reason why we chose Nike is because it's highly profitable. How do we know that? We are doing industry analysis for Nike using Porter 5 forces for North America. And there's several things. We already mentioned the ROIC is pretty high. So speaking of threat of new entrant, we think it's very modest. That because on the good side is that there might be some high level of entry barriers because you need a patent to do well in the industry. And we already know Under Armour doesn't have any patents, so we don't know how the future for Under Armour is going to go. But there's also emergency of fake products. Like in China, they make fake Nike, so that's gonna hurt their business. So we also see some new entrants in that space. And speaking of bargaining power of suppliers and bargaining power of the customers, they are both low. So that's a good thing with increased profitability for this industry, because they use Asian manufacturers, so they can charge whatever price. And also Nike is big on branding. And also about the risk the apparel industry is facing is the risk of substitutes. There are so many substitutes to what you can wear. You can wear apparels or you can wear formal wear like what I have and other kind of clothes. So that's where profitability might go down. And that creates internal competition in the industry. And also since apparel is in the consumer discretionary industry, when a recession comes, the profitability would go down. So I'll pass down to Chase now.
Thanks, Bruntian. So since 1980, when then CEO and current chairman of the board, Phil Knight, took Nike public, Nike has been the epitome of consistency in the industry. The industry, as Bruntian mentioned, is very profitable. It is a very attractive industry to get into at the moment. Nike started out as a small company in Beaverton, Oregon, and it's been able to get to the place where it is now, primarily due to its quality of products, as well as the high-profile endorsements that it's got, such as with Michael Jordan and its Air Jordan brand that they've established. But if you take a look at the Nike stock price over the last 15 years, the stock price has gone from roughly $10 to $65, and so that's a 550% increase over the last 15 years. Very few companies can say they've had that sort of success. So Nike is obviously doing something right. If you could dive into a little bit of the financial analysis against the rest of the competitors in the industry, you'll even see more of the success Nike has shown due to its share price. And so Nike is currently hovering around $65, and you'll notice that it's not the highest in terms of overall share price, but that is not necessarily the best measure of success. As far as market cap goes, Nike is bar none the highest in the industry. It's a very large company. And if you notice, there's very few dips along the way the last 10 years, so it's been very impressive. Two important things to note on this graph: there's the emergence of Fitbit and Lululemon. And so Fitbit and Lululemon have been able to do something kind of interesting in the industry. Adidas has been Nike's main competition in the past, with Under Armour emerging as its top competition in the last 10 years. But Lululemon has carved out a portion of the industry that focuses primarily on athletic apparel for leisure wear, for the women in particular. And then the Fitbit has really dominated this emergence of wearable technology. It currently owns like a 70% share on the athletic fitness tracker industry, so it's quite impressive. These two things both pose threats to Nike's current operations as well as opportunities down the road. If you look at profitability, we decided to go with the metric ROIC, which takes NOPLAT, which is net operating profit less adjusted taxes, and you divide it by invested capital. We chose this over measures like ROA and ROE because it focuses on the core of the business and leaves some of the non-operating line items out of it. If you look at just this ROIC, you'll notice that Nike is the top in the industry. Lululemon has been doing really well the last 10 years, but you'll notice that not only their stock price, but their ROIC measure of profitability is declining as of recently. A lot of these measures show Adidas struggling the most. They have not done the best at really entering that North American apparel market as well as they should have. They're really good in the international, especially European markets, but this is one area of opportunity that they need to focus on in the future. Lastly, we're looking at relative sales growth. And so this might be the measure that is probably the most telling of the success of these companies. You'll notice that Nike is down here at the bottom, but that doesn't mean Nike isn't doing something right. In 2009 and 2010, those were the only 2 years of the last 10 years that Nike actually experienced a sales growth less than 10%. In every other year, so 8 out of the last 10 years, Nike's actually experienced a 10% or greater sales growth, which is quite spectacular with a company that actually averages $13 billion in North American apparel sales only. It's quite impressive. You'll notice that Adidas at times has even sunk into negative sales growth, which is not the best place you want to be. And its other main competition, Under Armour, has done a very good job, but it's a much more volatile sales growth pattern, where Nike is a very consistent, very solid operating company. And lastly, I'm just going to summarize with some of the key statistics that I gathered from all the analysis. Nike seems to be the most consistent company out there in this industry. Like I said, 10% sales growth each year, 550% stock price growth in the last 15 years, and the highest ROIC among its competitors. You have Fitbit, which is a new entrant into the market. It poses a threat to Nike, but also it's also been quite a volatile experience for them since their IPO in 2015, so we'll see where that goes. Lululemon has done well as Under Armour. Adidas has been that big factor in the past, but Nike has been able to supersede them in the last 10-15 years and really become that dominant player in the industry. So you may be asking, why are we analyzing where Nike can go from here? Well, there's always opportunities out there. And so when we were looking to see how Nike can improve, you know where we turn to? The customers, because they know the product best. And Chrissy will speak on that now.
In order to get to know what the real problem was and how Nike can maintain its dominance, we wanted to really deep dive and get to know the consumer. So here's what we found out after surveying roughly 100 customers. We broke them into 3 customer segments. The first is the athleisure wearers. They're actively running errands, but they're not actually actively working out. But they want to be comfortable while they're running their errands, and so they're wearing yoga pants and tennis shoes and such for the average. Go to the farmer's market, maybe hit up yoga in the park, and finish out the day with coffee with friends. Next, we met the casual workout enthusiast. Now, these are busy professionals. They may be doing the workout desk with a treadmill, and they may also wear a Fitbit, but their workout goal is really more along the lines of hit 10,000 steps today and the occasional workout class. They're not really making the time that they want to work out, and they've talked about motivation and time being a problem here. Next, we met the exercise buffs. These people are competitive, driven, and they don't need any extra kick to get to the gym. They work out as a lifestyle. It's really part of their everyday. You know, they're thinking about it when they wake up, they're eating right, and then they're going to work, and maybe coming home and doing it again. So to kind of get an idea of how all of these people use Nike products, we try to mind map from their ideas. So the first one, I want to be comfortable and stylish while I'm running errands. Nike's already on top of this. You know, they want to be stylish while they're wearing their leisure wear, and so Nike has actually paired with fashion designers to help designing some of the workout apparel. Next, we looked at the I need a personal fitness coach to keep me accountable. These busy professionals that aren't necessarily hitting the gym in the morning after they pulled an all-nighter for their career. So they kind of need that, I don't hold myself accountable. They want a mechanism to get to the gym. They also kind of need someone to cheer them on. So, they want someone to say like, hi, you did it. You made it to the gym every day, just as much as they need someone to say like, hey, where were you this morning? Missed you. Finally, the fitness is my lifestyle. Again, these people are working out numerous times a day, and we found that sometimes they're actually a little bit injury prone. They may get that tennis elbow, or they're really upset when they are sort of not able to work out for a little while because they did something to injure themselves. So from here, we decided, what are our napkin pitches going to be? Our first idea targets the athleisure wearers. It is yoga pants that's disguised as business casual. So, the fabric, somehow, it's sweat wicking and it doesn't smell, and you don't necessarily have to change if you do lunch hour yoga. Next, we looked at the Nike Jumpstart app. This is a comprehensive app that goes over your workout log, your diet, and sets up a training plan for the busy professional that needs a little bit of motivation. Finally, we looked at something that would really put sensors inside of the workout gear and create a heat map of working out to give those exercise buffs an idea of what muscles they're using to help them improve their form and see if maybe they need to change something up so that they're not going to get injured. From all of this, we decided to move forward with the Nike Jumpstart for our assumption testing and for the strategy. And Joe's actually going to take us into what that strategy is.
Thank you, Chrissy. Like Chrissy said, I will be talking more about the Nike Jumpstart app. Now, this is an app that is a fitness and lifestyle app. It's all about your workout, your food, your energy, and all of that sort of thing. It's geared towards people of all fitness levels and helping them achieve their goals, and whether that's fitness, weight loss, just getting healthier, heart health, anything like that, it will be able to be tailored for those people. Some of the features include nutrition tracking, personal training, workout tracking, and some fun kind of motivational reward systems that will also help with Nike brand loyalty. A few snapshots of the features. We are going to have LeBron James, as pictured here, as one of several VPTs, which are virtual personal trainers, just demonstrating correct form for various workouts, squats, lunges, just basically anything you can imagine. We're going to have somebody demonstrating that form in a video. We are also going to have customizable meal planning and tracking of food, and this will include an auto-generated grocery list for the people that are meal planning. They'll know what they need to get at the grocery store the next time based on what they've put in as their plan. And it will also include a social networking feature. This is where the rewards and the motivation comes in. You'll be able to compete with your friends. Your friends will be able to keep you accountable, and you'll earn some Nike bucks or Nike points, kind of a rewards loyalty program through that. So next, I'm going to go through a customer's journey with our app. This is our customer, our newest app user. His name's Christopher. He's an office assistant and a part-time musician, and as you can tell, he's a little overweight and is having some trouble getting motivated to work out. But like with any good story, there comes a girl. Chris met Aubrey while he was helping a friend move, and he's smitten. He really likes this girl. And so he's decided that he needs to get in shape to try to impress this girl. So, Chris partners with his friend Robert, pictured here, with him working out. They both download the app so that they can keep each other accountable. Obviously, Robert's in a little bit better shape, so he's going to help Chris stay accountable. He's going to help him use the app. So they start their workouts. First, it helps Chris kick his junk food habit. Chris loves lasagna and pasta and Skittles, just all sorts of terrible stuff for him. So the Nike app helps him track his food and allows his friend Robert to also see that food that he's eating and keep him accountable. Say, Chris, why'd you have a Snickers bar last night? Then it also helps Chris track his workouts and his physical activity. Chris loves playing basketball. He has trouble getting up and down the court sometimes, but he loves playing anyways, and he can keep track of that through the Nike Jumpstart app, and it will give him credit for it and help him plan out what more he needs to do to work out. And so through this app, Chris has gotten in a lot better shape, as you can tell. He's shredded now. This progressive workout system has helped him because it started small, so he stayed with it. It wasn't super difficult at the beginning. He wasn't jumping right into lifting a bunch of weight or running a long time. So, and through those progressive goals of getting healthier and healthier, he was able to stick with it and really achieve what he wanted. Got a little quote here from Chris. Using the Nike Jumpstart app allowed me to share my goals with my friends, which helped with accountability. And competing with Robert every week was a great motivation. Chris also said that he really loves the Nike Rewards, where he gets discounts on shoes, he gets points towards buying new clothes, new shorts, shirts, that sort of thing. And he is now a Nike brand loyalist. And as we all wanted to know, Chris and Aubrey did end up together, and they are now dating. So Thomas is now going to go through how we're going to implement this strategy.
Thank you, Joe, and thank you for the great story on a hypothetical Nike customer. Now, as Joe said, I'm going to get into the actually strategic implementation of our app. Now, the thing to keep in mind here is that we really have an eye towards the Summer Olympics of 2016, which start on August 5th. And our goal here is to create a competition between U.S. and Chinese citizens in fitness to help create more pride and, more customer loyalty amongst the citizens during the Olympics. Now, in order to get to August 5th with a ready-to-go app, we have to really spend some extra resources and crunch down the timeline to make sure we have everything ready to go. We're going to develop the app over a 2-week period between March 14th and March 28th. We're then going to test it for a month between April 4th and May 2nd. After that, we will then look over the any issues we have, fix any major glitches, and then test it again. The purpose of the second test is to fine-tune anything in the app that we see might be able to create a more user-friendly app. Now, the second side of this is marketing. So we have a very big marketing plan. Our plan is to get all of the Nike endorsements and endorsers and go to their home countries of whether they're from the United States or China and create a video asking all of their fans and the citizens to be looking forward to another major Nike launch. This Nike launch is going to come on July 4th, in which these athletes will again point everybody towards Nike and explain that we are going to be kicking off a competition amongst these two countries. And as I said, we will have the competition start on August 5th and go through the remainder of the Olympics. Now, why China? We actually have quite a few reasons we want to look into China. For starters, is their massive population. With over 1.3 billion people, they have a very large portion of the overall population of the world. This is very enticing to us. Second is the future projected GDP growth. We believe that these consumers, over the coming years, will be able to purchase more and more goods created by Nike and other name brands. We want to make sure that Nike is the name brand that Chinese consumers go to for their fitness apparel. Third are the demographics. As we've said earlier, we want to attack the employees or the employee-aged people who may not have the time or the motivation to exercise. And as you can see, the population here in China, the majority of the population comes between the working ages of 25 and 50. That is very exciting to us. Now, you will notice that there's been a little bit of a population decline amongst the lower, younger people of, the country. However, with the new law allowing families to have 2 children, we believe that this is going to pick right back up, and we'll have more and more people in China to buy Nike gear. And lastly, would be the culture. Nike depends on marketing their athletes to consumers, and they want consumers to look up to these athletes and use the same products that they use. The Chinese culture, I guess, entices, or people in China actually have very similar, I guess, views as the American consumer, in that they like to look towards their idols and emulate them on what they wear. And we think that this culture plays very well to our new app. And lastly is the fact that China is now the second most obese nation in the world, second to the United States. So we want to help create a culture of fitness and proper health moving forward. Now, what are we going to do after the Summer Olympics? That's a great question. We've found in our studies that people over the winter months have trouble motivating themselves to go out in the cold and exercising. So we're going to create a winter competition amongst cities in these countries. We will have our athletes go or film videos and go back to their hometowns and get the the people in their hometowns excited about the new Nike product, the new app, and get them involved in this competition campaign. We'll kick off also the workout workshops in these competing cities on December 17th. December 17th is the weekend before the first official day of winter. So we believe that by doing this, we'll be able to keep people involved and really make it a habit for them to be looking at this new app. Lastly, I want to explain how this strategy actually goes and works very well with Nike's current strategy. One thing that is very important to Nike is their brand recognition. We believe that Nike brand is one that everybody notices, everybody sees, and everybody thinks of quality. And we want to continue this with a quality app that will continue bringing people back to Nike. Second is this brand loyalty. Brand loyalty is a very important thing that Nike looks at, and by helping people not only dress properly, but also creating a fitness and healthy lifestyle, we think that that is going to entice people to continue to buy Nike gear in the future. Thank you, and we now have Sagar to recap what we've gone over and talk about the future of Nike.
Thank you, Thomas. Nike presently is the market leader in sports-based apparel market, not only in US but worldwide as well. It has a strong R&D team through which it produces certain premium athletic apparel products, which is really appreciated by its users. It does most of its marketing with the help of athlete sponsorships by getting in contracts with elite athletes such as LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, and many others. It also sponsors certain sporting leagues and certain specific teams in US and also abroad. It has a wide social media presence. Presently, it has around 22 million likes on Facebook, and it has around 5 million followers on Twitter. It uses professional athletes and popular figures in order to develop motivational quotes and videos so that the consumers are moved to buying only Nike-based products. It also has a strong presence in Google+, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube as well. Presently, there is an app which is the Nike Plus app, which provides certain features in order to bring about interactive discussions among its users. This generally promotes increased brand loyalty and customer satisfaction, but it has a few shortcomings, which we would intend to cover with the help of the new Nike Jumpstart app. In this particular app provides information for nutrition tracking, so the users can not only track their dietary intake over the past few weeks, but also plan for the dietary intake for the next few weeks as well. One important feature of this app is the daily workout plan. Basically, our app gets the information about the user's schedule for the next week, identifies those particular slots in which the user is free, and recommends the user to work out on these particular slots. We also provide information in order to work out properly with proper posture and also prevent injuries to the users with the help of our contracted athletes. We also have included a new rewards-based program. During our Gear 1, we conducted a survey and we found out that these were the two important factors which most of our users needed. One was a motivation to work out. Someone needed to push them to work out, and the other one was that someone had to plan their schedule for workout. So we included these two important features in our app, and we also provided a good reward program. For example, let's say user A intends to run a marathon. So as soon as the app comes to know that this user is interested in a marathon, it provides certain unique discounts for running accessories. Later on, once the user achieves his set goals over the weeks, the user at the end of the targeted goal can get a huge discount on Nike-based apparels. We also use cutthroat technology not only to provide good code for the app to include all these features, but also secure the code and also provide privacy to our customers. Coming to the activity-based systems, our prime focus is basically to enhance the customer relationships and satisfaction, and we intend to do it with the introduction of our app. We use our app development team in order to provide a sophisticated code to develop the app on various platforms, not just Android or Apple, but all the platforms which are available in the present market today. We also intend to develop this app so that it fits in all the portfolio of devices such as mobile phone, tablets, laptops, and even computers. We also intend to partner with Apple, Fitbit, Intel, and many other established companies in order to bring about an integrated services to our end user. And all these things are intended to enhance the customer environment in the app, and this way we can also use this app as a marketing platform in order to promote our new products, and based on the feedback from the discussions of our users, we can also improve on this product for the during the next project launch. Now all these rewards are again intended for the user in order to go and get discounts on the Nike-based apparel products. This way we intend to increase the sale of the Nike-based apparel products as well. Coming over to the business model canvas, the main value proposition of Nike has always been the delivery of premium athletic apparel with strong R&D. We intend to keep that, but also add on the multi-platform app approach in order to motivate our customers to work out more and also consume our products more. We intend to do this by establishment of strong customer relationships with the help of developing the interactive environment in our app, and this opens up new channels in order to promote and market our Nike-based products to the customers. We not only intend to target the age group of around 15 to 35 years, but we also would like to go in for the entire segment of the society, be it the casual workout people or the serious workout buffs. All these things we intend to achieve by establishing partnership with Apple, Electronic Arts, and Alphabet, and also using our key athlete sponsorship to attain the intended marketing research. We also would like to go in for key activities such as the design and development of these apps, and one of the key features of this app, which I already have provided, is that providing secure information in order to store and collect the user-based data. And also we would like to use the key resources presently used in Nike, such as research and development and key endorsements, to enhance our product sales. And all these things we would like to increase our apparel-based sales to 37%, which would be an increase of 5% from the present level, and we would like our app to play a role in this increase in the market pie for Nike. With the introduction of this new app, we intend Nike to cement its position as its market leader and also grow further apart from its competition. Thank you.